and welcome to my crab stitch tutorial. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do the crab stitch, which is this top one right here. It works really well for borders, for hems of clothing, even maybe like a collar gives it a little bit of a definition, but it's nothing too bulky. A little bit of a solid stitch just to kind of separate that end piece of your work. It looks like it's a little bit difficult when you try to read written directions, which is why I created this tutorial, because it's actually pretty simple. It's essentially an upside down kind of backwards single crochet. So let's get started. So what I've got here to start with our crab stitches, I'm just going to show you on this 4x4 gauge switch of single crochets. You can do a crab stitch on just about any stitch. I'm not going to say any because there's probably stitches out there you can't, but just about any basic stitch you can do it on top of. So what we're going to do, so you're not going to turn your work. So typically you would work across and I would have that would be on my hook, right? And then you would turn and start working the other way. For a crab stitch, we're going to work backwards against the way we came. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip this first one. So that first stitch that you've got your loop through, that last one you did, we're not going to go through there. We're going to do the second one from the hook, okay? So typically when you would put your hook through, you would stick it up in like this so that it's right side up. But what we're going to do is we're going to work upside down. So I'm actually going to stick my hook in like this, and if you can see that, my arm's in the way a little bit. You would have one loop on there, and then the single crochet or whatever your stitch is, you'd be underneath. And then typically we would wrap around and pull through, but because this is a crab stitch, we're actually going to work upside down. And you're going to pull that through. And now I've got two loops on my hook there. And now the reason we do it upside down is if you did it the other way, you would probably go through that other loop on your hook and you'd get more of a slip stitch. And what we're doing is kind of a backwards single crochet. So now we yarned over and pulled through, and then we're going to go on the next one and do the same thing. So again, upside down like so. And then you've got the loop on your hook and then the single crochet there, and then I'm going to grab my yarn and pull through upside down again, turn around, and I've got two, and they're going to be kind of twisted, so you can see there how that back loop is kind of twisting around. That's what makes the crab stitch, so that is right. If you're worried that, I know that usually is a bad thing if your stitches are twisted, but in this case that's what we want. So you can kind of see that it's starting to appear there. So again, we're going to go upside down under that next stitch. I've got my loop on there, and then I've also got this, and then I'm going to pull through. I've got two on my hook, and then I'll pull through like that. Then we'll just keep going, and you will have your crab stitch. So if you just wanted to hem, you could just do the one all the way across. Otherwise, you could go all the way around and do a border like you would on a blanket or something like that. So I'll show you just one more time here. We're going to upside down, go through that. I've got a loop on my hook and then my stitch, and then my hook still upside down. I'm going to grab onto that. So that's my yarn over, and now I've got two again. The one is in front of the other, you can kind of see. Yarn over and pull through, and you just keep going across, kind of straighten them out, and there's your crab stitch. Actually pretty simple. So once you kind of get that hook feel down, because I know it does feel a little foreign going upside down and pulling through upside down, it actually works up really fast. So it's actually pretty simple. Written directions are just a little bit harder to convey how you would be doing this than a video. So I hope this helps, and now you can add crab stitch to your stitch dictionary. Thanks so much.